on IWTV News.
The river ratings run high. The cutting edge of rock takes a big slice out of the metro area pie. Speaking of food, the fruits of their labor. You should try some. Talk about real cuisine. A lot of talk about you-know-who coming to town. A labor of love. Not. Okay, then how about getting a leg up on health? Let's take a walk with some people who should know.
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching IWTV News.
Hello and welcome to IWTV News. I'm JJ Davis. And you know, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about the cutting edge of rock. The river has been overflowing with good news for a long time. In fact, a lot of people have been tuning in and taking notice. So don't touch that dial. Here's IWTV student Jesse Hauser.
In early January, 89.7 The River received its 2018 ratings from Nielsen with fantastic results.
So my name is Sophia John, and I'm the general manager at KIWR 89.7 The River. It's a 100,000 watt non-commercial, non-profit radio station that's owned by Iowa Western Community College. 200 watts, you might be lucky if you get it around the block. But with this being 100,000 watts, it's the reason it makes such a great impact in the community. The ratings came out, and men anywhere between the age of 12 to 54 in this past summer Arbitron ratings book, we were in the top 1 or 2. We are in the community. We're involved with what's going on in everybody's backyard. We're living it with them day in, day out. And we play music that nobody else is providing, and that's rock music and alternative. That just gives you a small example of what we do in the community, from your local spaghetti feeds to raise funds for somebody that's dealing with an illness and medical bills, to the bigger events that we've done, like the Polar Plunge for Special Olympics.
We're really close to the community, and we do all the events like Polar Plunge, the Out of the Darkness Walk, which is in September. The
Out of the Darkness Walk, we had over 14,000 people that walked this year, and they raised over $200,000.
We do all those to get closer to you guys, but raise awareness for things, and I think that's very important, especially in this day and age, is bringing awareness to things a lot of people don't want to.
Looking forward to the future of the river's community involvement, and for IWTV, I'm Jesse Hauser.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, numbers do not lie. They're just one of the reasons why the river, you could say, is one of the top college-owned stations in the country. The cutting edge of rock ranks first or second in the Council Bluffs Omaha Metro with men ages 18 to 54. The river, number 1 with men 18 to 34 during weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. It's ranked in the top 8 for all listeners 12 and older during the 6 a.m. to midnight time period. Now compare that with some of the commercially owned stations in the area, and the 100,000 watt radio station also aired over 4,000 PSAs, public service announcements, last year. Not to mention the live broadcasts of Iowa Western football and basketball games. So a big shout out to the river. Not only are Iowa Western students gaining valuable experience at a professionally run radio station, but 89.7 The River is making a splash, a big splash, in the local ratings game. Now, are we surprised? No. I mean, come on. It's Iowa Western. How many times have we heard this term? Statement game. I know, but it holds true with Indian Hills. Always. And guess who's coming to dinner from all over the world when we come back.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is IWTV News.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed. That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to savethefood.com.
Hungry for some food? Well, check this out. And if you're not able to make it one day, there'll be others. The Iowa Western Culinary Department is eating it up, and it's sharing its harvest with you. So come one, come all. Oh yeah, on the menu this week, mwah, Italia. Here's IWTV student Larissa Lambertson.
George Bernard Shaw once said, "There is no sincere love than the love of food." The culinary students at Iowa Western Community College spread the love at their Italian-themed luncheon.
What's going on today is a Friday luncheon that we have throughout the second semester. We just have themed meals every week, and anyone in the community can come in and order whatever they want off the menu, and it just gives us a good experience on how a restaurant works.
I feel that Iowa Western should put this on, and it is beneficial because it invites the community to see what it is the culinary program is doing and what it is that we're capable of. Food connects with everyone on every level, and for even to come in and have a lunch, people can connect and build memories. And by having a culinary program such as this do a Friday luncheon, it provides that opportunity for the community.
The most important thing I think for them to take out of this is, how to run a restaurant. So a lot of the goals for the students who come here, like one day they want to be the head chef of a restaurant, or they want to own a restaurant. Well, in order to do that, you have to be able to know how the front of the house works and how the back of the house works, like every little aspect. Like we have students back in the dish room doing dishes right now, and like that's not the funnest job, but that's a really important job in the whole restaurant. So it's the most important job in the whole restaurant. So.
The food was excellent, and so was the service. And with your Iowa Western news, I'm Larissa Lambertson.
From the taste of other countries to other countries getting a taste of Iowa Western, international students have come together in Thanksgiving, right before the big basketball game. Here's IWTV student Devin Holcomb.
As the Reiver Arena dance room is being set up and the smell of food follows, The Iowa Western International students are soon arriving.
We are meeting together tonight to bring all of the new international students together and then get all of the international students from last semester together for dinner, and then we're going to go to the men's basketball game. So international students have a unique experience because they're coming to a new country, they're coming to a new environment, many of them are away from their parents, potentially for the first time, and or not able to see their loved ones or their support group. So we're really trying to create that social network and support within the international students as a cohort or as a group that can take care of each other, that can be peer mentors and help the new kids as they transition to being at Iowa Western.
I love meeting new people, so it's cool. And like everybody's from a different place, so it's cool, you know? Because you get to know everybody, so. And it makes you more comfortable with like the international community, so.
Spicy? A lot of time and planning has gone into this event, so students can experience a different type of culture.
We ate some Mexican food, some different from my culture, so it was a good experience. Me and Bea were in charge of the event, so we talked a little with everyone. We held the event, let everyone meet each other and see where they're from, some different backgrounds. So it was good.
All international students are welcome and invited to come.
Yeah, they should always come. It's just a place that you can feel safe, you can be yourself, you can share your culture, share your habits, and probably gonna have someone from the same culture as you or similar culture. So I always encourage people to attend these events and to participate in general.
As the students gather, you can tell that this meet and eat was an international success. With your IWTV News, I'm Devin Holcomb.
Thanks, Devin. Soon we'll take a walk in their shoes. I see them all the time. Round they go. But first, here we go again. Indian Hills runs into Reiver Arena for a date with an old friend. After the break.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Okay, it's decision time.
I want flexibility, more doing, hands-on experience, and working sooner. I gotta make a choice. I want to get started, now. Find your path at iwcc.edu and get hands-on real-world experience. Start now at Iowa Western.
It's always a big one. Every time they play, the Hills always seems to be one of those measuring sticks for the Iowa Western men's basketball program. And this year's no exception. The 11th ranked Warriors run into Reiver Arena, averaging just under 90 points a game. In fact, the Hills has put up over 100 5 times. The Reivers with a clear view of what lies ahead. Iowa Western jumps out 10-7. Trayvon Broadway just sticks the 3. The visitors, Tyler Chisholm, goes for a drive, and it's 10-9 Indian Hills. Under 5 minutes left first half, Broadway to Caleb Huffman, 37-32 Big Blue. The Warriors attacking inside. Tomasz Walton save. Indian Hills forks out a 44-40 lead at the break. Second half, the real fun begins. The Hills on the other end. The Warriors grab a double-digit lead, 52-41. But the Reivers then go on a 12-2 run. Christian Bentley pours in one of his 5 trays. Seneca Lewis takes the pass with the finish. Willard Anderson for 3. Iowa Western down by 1, 54-53. Under 15 to play. Trayvon Broadway with the left hand for 2 of his 22 points. It's tied just over 4 minutes to go. Bentley knocks down a team-high 27. The sophomore gives Big Blue a 91-85 lead, 43 seconds to play. Tomasz Walton say, let's go with a game-high 29. Now the home team by 2, just seconds left in the game. It counts, 93 all, into overtime.
Down here. They go zone. All right, let's go box 5 and try to post the hell out of it.
First OT, Manny Ugbo jams in 2 of his 17 points, Reivers by 1. Now the lead changes hands 23 times, each team 50 rebounds. The Warriors 101-99. And then Bentley just chucks it up, and it's 104 all, headed into a second overtime. Indian Hill scores the first 5 points on the boards. Devontae Lane drives the lane, 109-104. Trayvon Broadway cuts it to 2 with the bounce, but number 14 counters with a 3. The Hill shoots over 51% for the game, Big Blue 44%, and the Warriors outscore the Reivers 116-112.
I think you just have to say well done. You know, well done to both clubs. You know, and boy, that was a classic college basketball game, and one that I'm privileged to have been part of. And, you know, I told our guys afterwards that we would certainly be happier if a play or 2 had gone the other way, but it would have been a play or 2. I mean, that was just a basketball game where both teams gave whatever they had. Every member that was associated with that game contributed in some way. The thing that I thought was fascinating, you know, you talk about the statistics and things. To me, in a game where there's 88 shots by one team and 83 shots by another team, there were 5 turnovers by one team and 9 by the other. And you can't play in a double overtime game of that level and have 14 turnovers combined by both basketball teams. That just shows, you know, a degree of excellence and competition that is hard to find.
I don't even have words for the game. It's just a tough one. We felt like we had it a couple times down the stretch. They made some good plays. We made some good plays, but we couldn't pull it out. But
as much as it's easy to focus on one play or 2 plays or possessions, you got to look at the full. You know, I think now it's probably 58 minutes or something like that. But just, you know, I'm proud of the guys the way we fought, but obviously you're never really proud of a loss.
It was an absolute battle. Both teams competed, both staffs competed. I thought we represented the league well, but there's a lot of league left. And so now we've made the turn, and now we've seen everyone that we have to play, and we'll make adjustments accordingly.
11th ranked Indian Hill stays unbeaten in conference play at 4-0. Iowa Western drops to 2-2. Now the Reivers close out the regular season in Ottumwa Saturday, February 23rd. And then there's the women. What, 7 in a row, going for 8? In fact, the Reivers have yet to lose in 2019. So let's have a nice round of applause for our newest IWTV student, Dalton Kruger.
Fly the flag. Iowa Western comes running out against the Concordia JV. First quarter, Nene Williams pulls up for the jumper, 6'5", home team. Big Blue goes on a 12-0 run. D. Davis makes it 16-5 off the fast break. Reivers go up 21-7 after one quarter. In the second, Aubrey Nodi leads the way with 16 points and 12 boards. Binta Salau comes off the bench from the baseline. Davis, wide open tray. Iowa Western with a commanding lead, 43-19 at half. Third quarter, D. Davis and Nene Williams with great awareness to keep the ball in play and dish it to Nodi for an easy bucket. Nodi giving Kiara Dahlman some love. Dahlman chips in 10. Reivers get the dub, 73-43.
Thanks, Dalton, and welcome aboard. Well, climb on board for this next one. And you better be in shape because they're lapping it up in the hallways on the other side.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
When it comes to saving money,
What?
don't act like a baby.
Oh, it's like they're having their own little meeting.
This is so humiliating. Be the boss. I'm the boss.
What the?
Power nap.
You were saying. And make a budget.
Let's get to work.
Need a little help?
Stacy, read back the notes.
I can't read. What's it say?
Create a personalized savings plan and get other tools and tips.
We can share.
You obviously didn't go to business school. At feedthepig.org.
Drop that baby.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
What a way to stay in shape. Actually, it's a great idea. It's easy, accessible, and fun. And it's right here on campus. Or actually, it's in the hallways. All you got to do is walk, walk, and walk. Walk into any department on campus, and what do you get? Hours, perhaps, at a desk, looking at a computer screen, opening letters, perhaps, and that's just for openers. So how does one escape the routine of everyday office life?
Well, we walk, on our breaks during the day. It's important to get a walk in. Just kind of refresh your mind and get moving.
And move they do. Now, this stroll starts at Ashley Hall, down Stewart Hall, all the way to Reiver Arena, and back. Laps, miles, well, varies with each working day.
Oh, I just decided it was something I could do because I'm not really coordinated to do other exercises, and walking's easy, enjoyable.
It's one of those things where, for me, it's the only guaranteed exercise I get in the day. I have 3 kids, so it's like you either get up really early or you do it late at night. And for me, it just works out best to walk during the day.
My coworkers and I walk twice a day for our break, and it gives us a little time to get away from the office and just a mental freshener. I enjoy exercise, whereas some of my coworkers, I think, enjoy the companionship a little bit more.
I just walk around Stewart, and then I go up the stairs a couple times. Sometimes I go down to the ground floor, just make certain laps. Usually I count the time.
That is true. It just gives you a little bit of downtime and just kind of time to let everything go and just have mindless chit-chat.
It makes us laugh. Sometimes a little bit of our job can be stressful at times, so it's just a little bit of a freshener, lightens the mood.
I enjoy it, and it's also for the exercise. Keep myself in good shape.
It's a great experience that we have this break time to get away and get some exercise in instead of sitting at the desk all day.
I do like it because you do get out in the halls, you do see the students, and you kind of start seeing some familiar faces and saying hello. I enjoy it.
Step after step after step. So walk into any department on campus, and what do you get? Well, it's what they make it. And this bunch makes it, takes it all in stride, every day, every step of the way.
That is true. So what is it? I don't know.
Tired? Well, I was after I shot that story, but again, it was all in good fun. So that's it for the Iowa Western Television News Funhouse this week. Tune in next time for another grand adventure. And so for this latest edition of IWTV News, I'm J.J. Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
IWTV is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.